Oh boy, the cat punked the internet again, didn't they? I'm glad I didn't stay up for this little sideshow. Toei put out an announcement on their official Twitter profile for Dragon Ball Super, implying that something was going to happen. And can you guess what the aftermath was? Yeah, you guessed it. Nothing happened. I think these people are doing it on purpose. Let's guide you through if you're not aware of what happened. They might know about the leaks, and it's like the whole, we know that you know, but we know that you don't know what we know. They press the Goku button. Now, you see the thing that got me pressing X to doubt super hard here? Why would there be a revival of the Red Ribbon Army when we saw that in Super Hero? It could be 𝓤𝓏𝓛𝓛𝓛𝓔𝓓 trying again, like third time's the charm in trying to revive the Red Ribbon Army. Or is it the fourth time when if you count Jiro technically, or is he a splinter thing? But anyway, they were going to announce something at 10 a.m. local time, which was 2 a.m. UK time, which is why I was not going to be staying up for this. No, 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 no. This is the official account, folks, or whatever tick box it is today, whatever color it is. I hope it's purple because I like purple. And yes, I can understand why some people were actually hooked by this, because people were thinking, oh no, it's not Dragon Ball Super Super Hero because it doesn't have the hashtag in it. Usually they do. It was just Dragon Ball and Doragonboru. And it was Red Ribbon Army Restart, so there were some hints as to it being something interesting. It could have been that web series that's been doing the rounds. Maybe it's like an alternate storytelling of the Red Ribbon Army resurgence. Like, maybe it's rise to prominence before the first arc in the original Dragon Ball. That could have been a cool idea. I got the feeling that this wasn't quite right. Usually with this kind of stuff, they don't toot their own horn, because remember when Super was first announced, it just came out of nowhere. I was at work, and then suddenly Gizmodo, or whatever site it was, I can't really remember fully, just announced, oh, Super's coming back. They did a press conference, and they didn't even have a logo for it. Yeah, that's how rushed it was. Hey, do you want to know what the announcement actually was? Ah, yes, it's something to do with the 4K Blu-ray release of Super Hero in Japan in the first week of December, and how there's going to be a little bit of a live stream premiering on YouTube pretty much when it's released on that day. Something to do with Red Ribbon Army villain characters. That's Magenta, Hedo, the two Gammas, and 𝓤𝓏𝓛𝓛𝓛𝓔𝓓. Those voice actors, including I think Piccolo as well, would just be talking about the movie, their thoughts about it, and their feelings concerning the Red Ribbon Army. I don't really know. We haven't had the stream yet, but that's all it's going to be talking about. It's the announcement of a live stream and some little extras added to the 4K Blu-ray box set. That's pretty much what it was. And this, yeah, as you can tell from the responses here, they were not good. The internet does not like, as Belmod's showing here, being clowned. Don't think that this was something that I'm just blowing out of proportion for myself. I mean, look at this. It's got 32,000 likes, 8,000 retweets. People were legitimately thinking that this was the real deal. This was something that was hyped up to be something pretty big. Something to do, like I said, with the web series that's been talked about to go alongside a potential TV anime coming out in 2023 or 2024. There are various examples of people saying that, oh, Shintani, Takahashi, Toriyama, all the various Kubota, all these people that were prominent in the Broly movie, Toriyama himself, and in that little animated thing in Super Hero, oh, they were going to be coming back. And you feel like, really? Are they going to be putting that much effort into this? I get the feeling that the cat's not really going to learn from their mistakes from Super. I really have a bad feeling that this is going to turn out to be basically what happened in 2015 happening in 2023. I really hope that's not the case, that superhero show that Toei was actually trying, but I am extremely jaded and cynical after that whole experience, and really, this is just gaming the audience, because either it could be two things. Toei has no clue about what the Western perception is about Dragon Ball and how big it is. There's a giant Goku balloon at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. Big prominent characters in pop culture get that, and that just shows that, hey, maybe Dragon Ball's known in the West, and especially America. Maybe we shouldn't be trying to gird the loins of Western audiences that use Twitter and that they're really angling for an anime and it would get picked up. Or maybe they had a feeling of going like, hey, you should not believe what you hear. And really, you should not believe what you hear. That's actually kind of true. But should they really be playing with fire like this? Because I get the feeling that you don't want to do that. That is just either going to make people not care about your product that you're about to release, if it's actually true, or it could make people say nasty things or not care about your other projects. It's bad PR. But then again, I could also understand that it might be extremely naive of them. It was not written in English. This is a translation provided by Twitter itself. This was written in Japanese without the intention of being picked up by non-Japanese speaking audiences. But you gotta be realistic here. The internet's global. People pick it up. Even if you don't understand the language, there are translating features which can give you the gist of it. I don't know. This is just boneheaded. This is just absolutely... You can't be this cryptic when there are so many rumors swirling about the internet concerning the future of Dragon Ball. It's just really, really foolish, and that's not something you should be doing. You gotta be careful. But at the same time, I really had a feeling that this was going to be more about the superhero release because it is coming out next week in Japan, the Blu-ray. So it might have just been trying to build up the hype stream for that one, for getting people to buy the Blu-ray, because obviously in Japan it didn't do that well. They really need to hype up the fact that we need to get more DVD and Blu-ray sales to try and make up the numbers, even though actually internationally Superhero did okay. But yeah, the marketing is something that really needs to be improved upon for the next one. But hey, it's not as bad as Disney's Strange World, am I right? I mean, I barely even knew that thing existed. And the main thing I'm actually interested about that movie, from what I saw from the press releases and all the trailers, is the fact that it has a bearded collie in it. You know how much I love my bearded collie, Uffa? Any bearded collie in popular media is going to make me interested in a movie. So yeah, this being all about that, oh dear, 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 dear. This was a complete and utter train wreck for all concerned. This from Toei and the administrators on the Twitter account for Dragon Ball Super. You really should not have been playing with fire on Twitter like that. You should know that people are going to pick up on it that aren't necessarily from your region. And also, folks, you really got to, at this point, believe it when you see it. It's happened so many times. I've been burnt many times. And I've learnt not to believe things as soon as they happen. And I'm not staying up until 2 a.m. or waking up at 2 a.m. for this. I'm not going to. And I'm really sorry for anyone that was on the European coast getting up for this, hoping that the anime was about to return or some other information, and then to be all hype about it and get you through the next day, that you're having to deal with insomnia and you're having your 5th cup of coffee already. I dodged it here. And believe me, I know all about dodging. Japan, you gotta buck your ideas up. You got to be aware that other people from different regions will watch what you're saying, even though they can't directly understand your language. They are going to understand, you are going to get backlash. I bet the official Toei Twitter accounts are being swarmed with unhappy Westerners going, "Why did you deceive us like this?" and "Why are you being this reckless?" or "I'm not going to bother with Dragon Ball anymore." There are going to be some very angry people and very annoyed people. And that's why I am going to impart to you folks, believe it when you see it. It'll be nice to see if it's real. And I will wait until it's formally released and be pleasantly surprised, like I was back in 2015. I think that's the best modus to go by, folks, but yeah. Oh, dear. Dear, I am so sorry that Toei decided to punk you and punk the entire internet, because that is just not cool. Not a classy act, cat. Not a classy act.